Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my home in 2021, and we're going to ring in the new year because this is the start of something good for you. See? We're going to ring it in. And a lot of people don't, we survived 2020 and we're here in 2021, and that's an accomplishment because some were not that lucky. So keep that in mind. Some people are not excited about 2021, saying, I'd like to see the procedure manual before I commit to your promised enjoyment of 2021. We're going to enjoy 2021. But I'd like to cancel my subscription to 2021. I've experienced the free 1-week trial and I'm not interested. I'll wait for 2022. Okay. However, you and I are going to make 2021 exciting for our writing. You have 365 blank pages ahead of you, minus the 11 days. You've already hopefully written something. And make each day count and fill each page. Now this is where you jot down your ideas. On these pages, it gives you a reminder that every day you could write down an idea. You see, I've done that. And it happens that I write on something else. I put it in, you can use these. You can use this for your 365 pages. You can use this. You can use this. But this reminds you every day whether you have come up with an idea. Just come up with an idea and move it from there. So each day give yourself a question to answer. Or a thought. I'm going to show you this. This is a pillow that a friend made me. And when she brought it over, this shirt is my dad's shirt from 1979. And the shirt is probably from 1959 because my dad was into recycling, reusing, all those things before it became popular. He didn't change shirts, per se, unless he had to. This shirt is my husband's shirt on this side. Here's for a Kleenex when I'm feeling sad. Here's for my phone when I'm sitting watching TV. So there's a whole story behind this, a great story. And so each day give yourself a question to answer. A simple one or a more complex one. Where do you get these from? Newspapers, books, TV, movies, work, friends, anywhere. Read something and ask yourself, what if that was me or my character? What if I could make a new ending to that story? There's no right or wrong, no marks by teacher, it's just for you. Look at the names of books in your local library or in your bookshelves. This one, What Alice Forgot. I just finished reading it. What did Alice forget in your mind? Don't worry about what the book says. What did Alice forget? Who is Alice? And who did that affect when she forgot something? Before We Were Yours. See these two little kids on here? Who are they? And who did they belong to now? I hate doing this, but who do they belong to now, and who were they born to, and how did they get somewhere else? You can do it. You can come up with, you just sit and think, and jot things down. Think of the most impossible, think of the most likely, and somewhere in between is the answer. So anything in what if it was me or my character? Look at this, attack on democracy. What if you're watching TV and you see somebody that you really care about attacking the Capitol building in the States? What would you think? What would you do? Who would that be? Make it up. Okay, say your son is one of the hockey players on here and they lost the gold. That's not, it is sad for hockey players. It is very sad. But who was the child you knew, the young man you knew on there? Who were their parents? What did they all think when America took the gold? And shall I say this or not? It's brings up a lot of anger. The MLA is going on holidays when you couldn't. Who do you know that either it was was one of the MLAs who went on holidays, or what happened at their office after, or any of those stories. And this, again, but what if you were the one in charge of what goes on with COVID? What if you were the one that had to make decisions? What if your character made totally different decisions? And what happened to the country? What happened to the world when these new decisions were made? You can do it. You can make up anything you want. So what if? And you go through it and, the plane crash anniversary. What if one of your relatives or friends was on that plane when it crashed? What would the story be behind that, or since then? So you see, there's all kinds of things. The best place to get started is with a book like these. 200 writing prompts, 300 writing prompts, or 500 writing prompts. And I was lucky enough to get one of them for Christmas this year. So if you want, I can send you a writing prompt every day. If you will go through the library and ask me to send you a writing prompt, or 3 or 4, I don't care. Whatever's going to make you write that one day. Something to put on the top of your page. I can give you 7 and you can put 1 on each page for a week. But there'll be things like, one thing you wish you knew when you were younger, and how would it change who you are today? The best advice you ever got from who? Places to see before you die. Family traditions. That is such a cool thing for family traditions, because there are amazing family traditions. What do you love doing that you wish you could get paid for? What are some of the hard facts about life? If you had a pet parrot, what would you teach it to say? I didn't say these all made sense, but they're funny, they're cool. Describe the most recent dream you can remember. What did it mean to you? If you could pack up and leave on vacation today, where would you be off to? There's all kinds of questions. Describe the way a friend supported you when you needed it. What is the worst emotion a human can feel? How clean is your house right now? Is there ever anything you were a snob about? Sure there was. Don't pretend there wasn't. Name something you feel is dangerous that others may not. Why? And if you had the power to make something illegal that is currently legal, what would it be and why? And so it's all kinds of things. Your character you can make this about your character, you can make this about yourself, it doesn't matter. And so you make a pledge to fill a page, or fill 2 pages, or whatever it may be. But make sure to put that question down every morning. And then you expand your ideas. So, if you only have 15 minutes, use that 15 minutes to put your question down and jot down some words and put continue tomorrow. But make sure you continue tomorrow. Which brings me to your mornings. Doing free flow morning pages as soon as you get up helps stimulate your mind. Do not brush your teeth. Well, have a pee if you have to, but don't brush your teeth. Don't wake anybody else up. Don't make coffee. Don't turn on the TV or radio. Don't do anything except sit down at a table, pick up your pen or pencil and your paper, and write. No grammar, no punctuation, no editing, no stopping to think, no going back. Just your mind runs free for 10 or 15 minutes minimum. Or set a goal for 2 or 4 or 5 pages, whatever it may be, depending on how big you write or how little you write. And release your thoughts, joys, fears, anger, curiosity, ideas, thoughts, stupid stuff, smart stuff. Anything that comes to mind, you just keep writing it down. It doesn't have to make sense, and it doesn't have to be related to your other thought. Remember, no stops, no periods, no... And then you may pick a seed out of that writing at the end. Or it may just put your mind in gear for the day. My free-flowing writing today was this. Who's that little guy on the Kellogg's cornflakes box with the freckles and dark hair? It looks like he cut it himself. And how did Howard Brimley get all the parts he got in Hollywood? There was a guy who came to the Marathon RCMP detachment years ago who looked like Wilf Brimley. You see, I had it wrong, but I got it right. But he had killed his partner in Spruce Grove. Heather had a baby that we bathed in the sink of the courthouse, newborn. Leo arrested the guy. And it was so sad when Leo died with his 3 friends that we have a park today. And it goes on from there. It talks about somebody who deserves a huge funeral and didn't get one. What they do with all the stuff with the police that were killed in Nova Scotia. Was it Nova Scotia? I'm so effing mad at the people who stupidly say defund the police and send social workers or mental health workers out. They will get shot. They can't carry guns. There's some really good ones. People don't understand how it works with the police and what their job actually is. I took a little boy. No, I didn't. I have a little guy. A little guy a ride when his parents were threatening to shoot each other. There was another little baby at the Grand Prairie Fair in about 1970. His parents were drunk and fighting in a beer tent, and they tipped his stroller over, and I picked him up, wouldn't give it back, and the police came and took him. Where did he go? What happened to the old lady who brought the little boy with the heart problem into the store, like the 10-cent store where I worked, and he would play with all the toys. She had no money to buy him stuff. She was old, I remember, and he died, and we cried when she came in to tell me, the Met store. And it goes on. And I have to admit, I typed it, but I just sat back and just typed. Didn't matter if my fingers were on the right keys, the wrong keys, whatever. I just typed what was in my mind, and I know it sounds like a crazy flow, but there's lots of stories in there that I just thought of as I was typing, and there's stuff I left out. So, my question is this. You put this down for your today question or your tomorrow morning question. If you could meet a person from history, who would it be and why? And I want to drink vodka with the Queen Mother. So that's my answer, and then I will go on and tell why. So the quote of the day is, "The world of reality has its limits. The world of imagination is boundless." Jean-Jacques Rousseau. So go, let your imagination run wild. And thank you for listening, and let's ring in the new year again. Cool. Thanks. Bye.